Welcome to Health and Self. My name is Ashley Thayer, and guess what? Today is my birthday. Today is my 41st birthday, and in true Thayer tradition, I am actually going to make for you some fun breakfast dishes that are perfect for you and your healthy, busy lifestyle because you can make them ahead. But in the Thayer family, whenever it's someone's birthday, no matter how early we have to wake up because of our activities or school or whatever it is, or whatever you choose to have for breakfast, we always include a birthday candle and we sing happy birthday. So that's what we're going to do today on Health and Self because it's my birthday. So let me show you what we're going to make. Like I said, we're making 3 dishes. So let's get started. So for the first one, we're actually going to make a take on my fruit bread that you find on our selfsoulspace.com website, but it is essentially a banana and apple muffin. So you're going to need 2 ripe bananas, a 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour, about a tablespoon of melted butter. Yes, we can add a little bit of butter. About 3/4 of an apple. I've already chopped it up and diced. You will need 3/4 of a tablespoon of baking soda, a 1/4 cup of shredded carrots. So here is where we're starting to add a little bit more nutrients and a little bit more bang for your bite, and 2 eggs. So that's the first dish. In keeping with the muffin theme, because they're easy to make and easy to prep early, we're actually going to make for you one of my favorite spinach, egg, and tomato muffins. Easy peasy. You're gonna need some eggs, some feta, some tomatoes, some spinach, and a little bit of garlic powder. Again, super fast. Both of these will bake. And then the third recipe, once we get these in the oven, we're going to make a strawberries and cream overnight oats. Did you know that strawberries are my favorite fruit and have been since probably I was like an infant? So we're going to make a strawberry and cream overnight oats. But I'll show you how to do all of that once we get everything else into the oven. So first, let's start with our banana apple muffins. You need a mixing bowl. I have one right here. We're going to mix this by hand. We're going to do this old school. You're going to take your 2 bananas. These are pretty ripe. We're just going to smash them into, I don't want the little string from the banana. Just place them down in there. Just drop them down. Quick peel. And then once we start to get these smashed, we are going to add in our eggs and our butter. Again, when you are baking, it's very important that you do measure everything. That is very, very important. I'm gonna grab this fun big fork. This is fun. So just give them a quick mash. There we go. When they are ripe, they mash super easy. Okay. Now, the tablespoon of melted butter goes right in, and then you can continue to smash and mix them in. Easy peasy. Okay, now 2 eggs. I'm actually going to crack them into the bowl that I had the bananas in, because by cracking them into a bowl, you can ensure that you do not have any shells. 2 whole eggs are going right in. And again, now you want to kind of, as you start to mix, incorporate and essentially lightly beat the eggs as well, and really get it nice and incorporated with your bananas and the butter. Okay, now we're going to add in our 1/4 cup of shredded carrots. This adds a few more vitamins, to your traditional muffin. A little beta carotene, really good for the eyes. And almost like carrot cake. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, muffin dinner. Okay, the apples actually go in last, but we're going to first incorporate our baking soda with our whole wheat flour. The reason why I chose whole wheat flour is because I want a flour that kind of, again, gives you a little bit more bang for your bite because it's a whole grain. It's not as refined, it's not as processed. So I'm taking my 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda and just mixing it right in. Let me grab a little spoon just so we can incorporate that. And then we're slowly going to add our, oops, I'm spilling some over the edge. Slowly going to add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. And you don't want to over mix this. It's a muffin. It's meant to be light and airy, but healthy. Oh yeah, good muscle workout here for sure. All right, I'm gonna add the rest, and I'm actually going to get out a whisk because I think a whisk will serve me better with mixing this the rest of the way. Get all the goop, all the goop off my fork. There we go. All right, here we go. Use those muscles, use those muscles. And we incorporate it. Now, I do have my oven preheated to 375 degrees. The reasoning is that's a good baking temperature. All right. I also have taken a muffin tin and I've pre-lined them with cupcake liners. You can spray your muffin tin for your muffins if you'd like and not use liners, but these were so fun. For my birthday, fun little stripes with pinks and blues and yellows. All of my favorite colors mixed in right there with those stripes. Okay, get a spatula to help really get this incorporated. And then we're just gonna fold this in a little bit more. All right, now these will bake in about 15 minutes or so, but we want to take an ice cream scoop, get off the edge. We're going to take an ice cream scoop and put them evenly into the muffin tins so that way they bake evenly, and then you don't have muffins that are too large and too small compared to the others. Now that this is incorporated, let's fold in our apples. Again, this is about 3/4 of an apple. It was a pretty large apple. You can use any type of apple. Just use your favorite, take your favorite one. This one was called an Empire apple, I believe. I've used Pink Lady, I've used Macintosh, I've even used Granny Smith. Those are fun. The apples also help to add a little bit of moisture to your muffins as they bake. All right, I don't think I need to add any more. That can be a snack for later. All right. Now you can use a hand mixer if you want, but that's why. Use your muscles. Take your ice cream scoop and we're just gonna drop it right in to our muffin tin. There we go. Clearly, I don't know how to use an ice cream scoop. Go. There we go. There we go. Okay, just a couple more to go. Now, with the apple and the carrots and the banana, you've got a muffin here that's jam-packed with essentially like superfoods. So you've got your beta carotene from the carrots, a lot of fiber from the apples, potassium from the bananas, which is really good. Good for your body, good for your tummy health as well because of the fiber content. So when you think about your fiber content and how much fiber should someone get in their everyday diet, you want to shoot for about 2 grams of fiber per serving, whatever you're eating. So Oh, I don't have enough for a whole one. That's okay. We'll just take those liners out. So when you think about that, 2 grams of fiber. Well, with this alone, the whole wheat flour, I'm going to pop this into my oven now. And then we're actually going to get started on the egg muffins too. But about 2 grams of fiber, you have the whole wheat flour in there. You also have your apples, your bananas, and your carrots. They also provide a large amount of fiber. So you're well over your 2 grams per muffin. That makes it the perfect breakfast choice. Okay, clean up our muffins, our apple banana muffins. We can save the apples for a later snack. Next, egg muffins. Like an egg McMuffin. No, a lot healthier, of course. Okay, so now I have a muffin tin, and you notice it's actually unlined. The reasoning why it's unlined is because we have to spray it with cooking spray. And Ashley didn't plan ahead and take the plastic off. Ashley always does this. She doesn't take the plastic off of the cooking spray. Give it a good shake. I'm gonna come over the sink so that way my floor doesn't get slippery, and then it's must-see TV. You see me slip and fall. But you really wanna make sure that you get each muffin tin lined extremely well because you do not want your egg mixture to stick. So there's that. Now, for our spinach and tomato egg muffins, you will need 6 whole eggs. We can just crack them right into the bowl. And if you do them one by one, you can kind of monitor if you get a shell, because we don't want shells. We don't want crunchy eggs. Well, not from the shells at least. See if I can do it like Chef Dana. One hand. Well, that might end up with a shell. Let's not do that with one hand. Like I said, I am not a trained culinary chef. I am just a busy mom of 4 who likes to make healthy, fast dishes. A lot of times make them ahead too for my busy family. All right, that is 5. 1 more to go. All right, clean up my shells. Clean up my hands. And clean off the yolk off of my cutting board. There we go. Perfect. Now we do need a whisk. Let's get a whisk. You're just going to whisk your eggs, your 6 eggs. And you notice, essentially it's like 1 egg per muffin. 6 eggs, 6 little holders in my muffin tin. Now, 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper. To taste, you don't need a whole lot. Garlic powder. This is about 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Again, adding flavor without adding calories. Now, your spinach. Fresh baby spinach comes pre-packaged. It's easy peasy. But what you're going to do is you're actually going to give it a rough chop so that way it really cooks down into your eggs, and then you can spread it out. Now, the way I like to do this, instead of incorporating everything into the bowl, because a lot of times what happens is you'll get 1 muffin with a lot of spinach, 1 muffin with a lot of feta, 1 muffin with a lot of tomato, and 1 with not a lot of everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put the egg in first, add a little spinach, add a little tomato, and then add a little feta. The tomatoes also, it says about 1/4 cup of grape tomatoes. The cool thing is that we're going to slice them in half so you really get some of the seeds and the juice from the tomatoes. Just an easy little slice in half. When you are cutting tomatoes, it's better to use a serrated knife. I'm not using a serrated knife. If you're not, oh, that one exploded. Thank goodness I wasn't wearing my white jacket today. No tomato juice on me. But when you use a serrated knife, it cuts right through the skin a lot easier. So it's a little safer. If you're not as comfortable with a knife, remember that when you're cutting tomatoes. Whoop, that one squirted across the kitchen. Okay, now take our egg mixture and grab a spoon to make this easier. And we're going to just spoon it into our muffin tins. Actually, you know what? Let me bring it up to the cutting board so that way you can see the cool overhead as I assemble as well. Clean up my dishes. I need my dishwashers. Jordan and Mia need to be here. It's my birthday, but it's summer swim time. We've moved into the summer swim season and they're at swim practice. So we're just going to see if I can actually pour this. 1, 2. Now you notice I did not add 3. Any milk or dairy or kind of filler that sometimes you like to add to eggs, because I truly want the pure protein of the egg. Okay. Balance this out. Add the remaining amount. Okay, perfect. Now, put this off to the side. Totally need my dishwashers. And we're gonna add, just like I said, a little bit of spinach, a little bit of spinach. About the same amount per muffin cup. So that way they're balanced. Each bite, each muffin will have the same amount of iron, the same amount of fiber, the same amount of lycopene that tomatoes have, the same amount of vitamin C that tomatoes have. All right. Okay, we can add a little bit more spinach per muffin. And lastly, the feta cheese. It's about 2 tablespoons worth of feta. You don't need to use it all. You just want to sprinkle it in. And remember, we pre-seasoned the egg mixture, so that way the feta just adds a little bit of cheesy saltiness, goodness to our egg muffins. Now, I like making egg muffins because you can truly make these ahead. You can bake them, and then I'm just stirring this up so all of the ingredients get all around the egg muffin. You can make them ahead. You can freeze them. You can refrigerate them. Okay, into the oven these go with our apple banana muffins for about 15 to 20 minutes. But really until the egg is cooked and nice and fluffy throughout. There we go, slide those in. And again, remember our oven is at 375, the perfect temp for both. So you don't have to worry about that. Now let me clean up and then we'll get started on the overnight oats. Now if you have some leftover spinach that you don't really know what to do with, you could just eat it if you'd like. For now, for this purpose, because we don't need it in the overnight oats, I'm actually just gonna pitch it. Just to clean up, fast cleanup. That's the other thing that all of my recipes have to truly have. They have to be easy to make and perfect for cleanup. Now, let's get started on the overnight oats. These are another kind of recipe that's become like very mainstream, very popular. So the reasoning is because essentially you can have oatmeal ready to go and made, and all you have to do is grab your mason jar out of, or your Tupperware container out of your refrigerator and go about your workday. So I do have 2 mason jars here. They sell these in like a dozen at the grocery store. So you can just pick them up. You don't have to worry about getting them from a special craft store or anything like that. Now for the overnight oats, you need a 1/2 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. You need 1/4 cup of oat milk. And you can use almond milk. You can use traditional dairy milk if you'd like, but I like oat milk. Then you need, this is about 1 cup of strawberries. You'll see some will go in and then some will actually be used for topping. I have 1/4 cup of protein-based oats. So they are your traditional oats, but then they have these little additional protein balls added to them. So again, now we're upping our content, our nutrition content. 1 tablespoon of low sugar strawberry jam. Remember, this is strawberry and cream overnight oats. So strawberry jam, but make sure you get low sugar. Don't get no sugar because we don't want the artificial sweeteners. This is just, it's lower. It's based on more of the ripeness of the strawberry. And lastly, for your sweetness, a fun teaspoon of organic maple syrup. You want maple syrup because it helps to keep the glycemic index of your overnight oats down. Now essentially we're just going to combine everything, mix it all together and pop it in our jars. So let me get another spoon. Into the yogurt, I am adding my oat milk. Just give it a nice stir, start to incorporate. All right, then we're going to add our teaspoon of organic maple syrup. Again, continuing to stir. Now these are all things, again, like I said, you can make ahead. So no matter how busy your morning is, you know, like this morning, for example, we got up, the girls had 6 a.m. practice, and then we still had to go to the pool for that, and I still needed to eat breakfast, and they still needed to sing to me and put a candle in my breakfast. So that's the beauty of overnight oats, is that you can make them ahead. I've added my tablespoon of strawberry jam. Remember, it's low sugar strawberry jam. And I'm just incorporating this till it's all mixed in beautifully. Lastly, now we're going to add the actual oat mixture, which is the part of the oatmeal. Now, sometimes when I make these, because they smell so good, Zoe comes around and goes, "Can I have some?" And I'm like, well, they're gonna be kind of crunchy. The whole idea of oats is that they go in uncooked, and as they sit in your refrigerator, it absorbs the liquid and then it creates the consistency of oatmeal. So that's the beauty of having the oats go in without you having to turn on your stove. I mean, it's summer, you don't have to turn on your stove. Then we're gonna add about half of the strawberries. So it ends up being about 1/4 cup, half a cup of strawberries. You can do a rough chop on them. You can make them as small or as big as you would like, your choice. So I mean, look, it just looks like kind of like melted strawberry ice cream, right? It really does, but it's going to taste delicious. Your 2 mason jars. I have 2. This could make 1 serving depending on how big your mason jar is or how much breakfast you like to eat. But I'm going to spread it between 2. Oops, making a little bit of a mess, and that's okay. Cooking's not fun if it's not messy. If you have one of those perfectly pristine, clean kitchens that you never drop a crumb, are you even cooking anyway? As my friend Erica says, are you even doing it anyway? All right, so now I got most of this out. I'm just gonna pour. Come over to the next one, make them even, so that way you are good to go. Okay, get this last little bit in here, all the last little bit of goodness. Fantastic. Take your lids. Mason jar lids come in 2 pieces. They even have little lines if you wanted to write the date of like when you made them, or for what day of the week you need to eat these on. Then take the next one, the next lid, get it on. And these are going into the refrigerator for essentially 4 hours at the bare minimum. However, they're called overnight oats. So you want to make them the day before and pop them in the fridge for overnight. Now, magic of television and Ashley being a prepared host, I have made 2 already. So, remember I said we reserved some of the strawberries? Well, let me show you why I've reserved some of the strawberries. Clean up my little mess I made. All right. So, when you take these and you unscrew, you pop off the lid. Ah, this looks so delicious. What do I use a spoon for? Baking soda. Okay. Now, look at that. So fun. Now take a couple strawberries and place it on top. Now, because it's my birthday and this is a breakfast edition, let's see if I can do it. I have managed to stick a candle in just about anything. I have stuck a candle in cereal. I've stuck a candle in a bagel. I've stuck a candle in pancakes. I've stuck a candle in, look at that. There we go. Happy birthday to me. Oh, look at that. Look at my overnight oats. It looks absolutely beautiful. Picture perfect, right? Of course, but with a candle. Now, let me make a wish. You don't want to eat the candle. And let me try our overnight oats. The perfect texture of oatmeal, but it's so refreshing. This is like dessert in a cup. So good. I have one for later. Okay, so now let's check on our muffins. Let's see how we're doing in there. Put my strawberries over there for a snack as well. Move my lighter, my candle. Okay. Ooh. Our muffins are coming up, and our egg mixture still needs a little bit more time, because remember, we're looking at about 10 to 15 minutes on both individually. The muffins have been in there for about 10 minutes, so I'm actually going to go ahead and pull those out, and then we're going to let the eggs continue to cook. Let me grab my pot holder. Okay. There we go. Ooh, look at those. Don't those look great? Close that. Dismiss. Resume cooking. I know, Stove. You want to get in on some of these muffins too. Okay. So now, these usually should cool, but I think we should try one. Let me get something to help me actually wedge these out. Ooh, this tool will work. This is a quick bread. So on my recipe, when you find this, it's called fruit bread. And I make it in a full traditional, almost like quick bread loaf. Goes perfect with your coffee in the morning, your hot tea in the morning. I mean, that's the beauty of having a muffin like this. But let's do the test. Will it work? Oh yeah, candle goes in. Is it bad luck to use the same candle? Is that a thing? I don't know. Oh, happy 41st birthday to me. I don't know if I told you how old I am. It's my 41st birthday. Make another wish. Oh, yes. Let's try this fun muffin. And the good thing is by putting these in the little liners is you don't have to worry about cleanup. Now, I'm one of those bougie friends that likes to eat my muffin with a spoon or a fork. So I'm going to get a little dessert fork. I also like to eat my cupcakes like this. Oh, yes. Oh, this looks amazing. Oh, my goodness. A nice chunk of apple. You taste the natural sugars of the banana, the carrot, whole wheat flour. Really adds a nice kind of flakiness to it. So good. And easy to truly, truly make and eat. Now, my one recommendation, if you're making these ahead and you kind of want to eat these for the week, please keep them in your refrigerator. Put them in an airtight container, like a Tupperware container with the lid, and then store them in your refrigerator. Because of the banana and the apple and the carrot, those fresh vegetables and fruits, you want to make sure that they don't brown, or they have a tendency to go bad if they are on your counter for too long. So store them in your refrigerator. But I'm going to eat my muffin while our egg mixture continues to cook, our egg muffins continue to cook, and then we'll check on those in a few. Oh my gosh, this muffin is so good. Okay, so our eggs muffins are done. So let's go get those out of the oven. Let me move my muffin over here to the side. Okay, let's see. Oh, look at that. Look how much they've puffed up. So that's the cool thing about egg muffins is they really puff and then they start to brown. That's how you know that they're done. We're gonna come over here and grab these out. Ooh, look how fancy these look. Ooh, and they're hot. Close my oven up. Okay. Now, let me get a plate. Yes, please. I can do a little plate for this. Let's get my plate. Now, the cool thing is you could really eat like 2 of these per serving. I only made 6, so it's kind of like 2 make-ahead, 2, 3 make-ahead meals, which is good. Again, full of protein, full of the spinach and the tomatoes and the feta cheese. Now, you notice as they're starting to cool, they're starting to deflate. It's like that natural kind of like leavening characteristic of an egg. And we sprayed them really well, so that way they don't stick too bad, but I'll be honest, sometimes they still stick. So, and I haven't found the right way to do them with a paper like muffin cup like we did our traditional our banana apple muffins. Actually, I'm just gonna keep with one for now. I'll save some for my crew because they're the ones who get to eat all of the fun things that I make in addition to myself. So here we go. Oh, I almost forgot. Ashley, how could you forget? It's your birthday. Stick a candle in it. Oh, a little lopsided, but let's make it happen. All right. And again, happy 41st birthday to me. I'm not gonna tell you my wish, but I am going to try it and I'll tell you what I think. Got a bite, I can see the feta, I can see the tomato. Oh, this is gonna be so good. It's hot though. Look at all that steam coming off. Perfect. These, again, you can make ahead. You can pop them in a Tupperware container. You can save them in individual containers and then eat them and heat them up as you need. So perfect, perfect for make ahead breakfasts. The feta adds a little bit of saltiness. You can taste the black pepper. You can taste that garlic powder we added to the egg mixture in the beginning. So 3 easy make-ahead breakfasts if maybe your family's too busy to make you breakfast on your own birthday. So our apple banana muffins, our strawberry and cream overnight oats. Remember, strawberry is my favorite flavor. In case you ever go on Jeopardy and you're asked, what is Ashley Thayer's favorite fruit? Strawberries. And then our spinach, tomato, egg muffins. I'm going to enjoy my birthday breakfast and then pick up the girls from swim and head out for some fun activities for my birthday. Well, I hope you enjoy these quick breakfast ideas make ahead. My name is Ashley Thayer and this is Health and Self.